specifically that we can pray, the better off we are. And I'll give you an example. That I know that in osteoarthritis, that there are molecules called metalloproteinases. There also are isokines. Now, you don't know those things. I don't think you would, but I do. And so if I'm praying against arthritis, I could pray at one level and say, Father, in the name of Jesus, I'd ask that you would heal the arthritis. But since I know specifically what else happens there, I'm going to say, and in addition, Lord, I'd ask that you cause all the metalloproteinases to be ineffective and the isokines to not work, and I'd ask you that the IGF-1, or the insulin-stimulating hormone 1, that can heal cartilage would be activated, and I would ask that it would overcome the binding protein of IGF-1. So I don't understand that, but I'm telling you that the more that I know at what level I can pray, I found the more effective. So I like to think that I pray according to knowledge. Now we're going to talk about, I've sensed that, I've seen many of you at the church, and I sense that most of you are from the church, and most of you are Christians, so the question comes up about praying for somebody's healing, not only my own, but somebody else's. So I need to tell you first, the Lord quickened me to tell you about my primitive prayer. I had been living my life in the wrong way for 6 years. I walked with God till I was 34, then I walked away from God, and at age 40 I ran back to God. And when I came back to God, the 2.5 years before that, I was manic depressive. I knew I was manic depressive. I was high almost all the time. I was never depressed. And everybody was entertained by me, because if you know any manics, many of them, I believe, are comedians. What's the fellow who, you can almost name any comedian, they're almost all manic. Who?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Belushi? No.
Jonathan Winters.
Oh, Robin Williams is a manic depressive, and also there was a fellow before him that was
Jonathan Winters.
Which one?
Jonathan Winters.
Yeah, he's a classic one. What a great comedian, but manic depressive, so sad. And what happens with a manic depressive, that they entertain people so much that no one wants to get them better. And in fact, when a manic depressive goes to the psychiatrist doesn't want to get them better. They're entertained for the hour that they're with them. And because the manic is just, cracking jokes and having a big time. It's sad. And the reason is, the psychiatrist likes that, is that because most of the people he meets are sadly depressed, and he can hardly stand another depressed person. So when he gets a manic in, he likes to keep them over time, doesn't charge them, because it mumps him up a little bit. Because like Jonathan Winters or whatever, they're really entertaining. So I knew that I was manic, and so I said, okay, I'm manic, I got to go see a psychiatrist. So I went in to see the psychiatrist, and he said, okay, what are you here for? And we talked quite a while. And he said, what do you think's wrong with you? And I said, well, I'm manic. He said, yeah, you are. Okay, so what we need to do is that we need to put you on lithium, and which is a medicine that will calm you down. And actually, it isn't any fun for a manic, because a manic's also having the same recreation as anybody else is. So when you take lithium, it's like, I should get off of this. It used to be kind of fun. And so I asked the Lord, I said, I have to be frank with you. I had come back to the Lord, but I had manic depressive behavior. And I said, I'm willing to get over this if my life could be exciting. But if it can't be exciting, I actually don't want to give this up. So the Lord assured me that my life would be exciting. Okay? So I'm very primitively reading, and I read in a Don Basham book years ago, Deliver Me from Evil. And I saw that they laid hands upon the demonics, and they recovered. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I understand. I didn't know what's going on there. I just read a book. I went, okay, that's a pretty good one. And then I saw in the Bible, it said, physician, heal thyself. I went, Father, in the name of Jesus, I'm delivered from manic depression. And I've never had it since.
Amen.
The psychiatrist, decided that he probably missed the diagnosis because he thought I should have been hospitalized. And so he said, I must have missed the diagnosis. You might have been hypomanic, but I don't think you're, well, of course, 3 weeks before I was manic depressive and on lithium, which is the treatment. And he said, well, you know, the religious thing goes with being manic depressive, you know, putting your hand on your head. And so that kind of goes with it. And yeah. Well, what was interesting is I did treat him and operate on him and operate on his family. So he must have thought I got cured from whatever he thought I might have had, whatever that was. But it was clearly manic depressive. I won't give you all the behavior of a manic because it isn't edifying. But then I had a chance to talk to many other manics. And people who are manic have a very hard time giving it up. And many of them die because they drive too fast. One fellow in our town had a Greek restaurant where they sold shish kebabs and that type of thing, or a Middle Eastern restaurant. And he was driving really bad one night and he went off the road drunk, because manics often drink. Thank God I didn't drink because of my religious background. And he ran a pole through himself and that went through the car, through him, and into the seat. And so it got a lot of publicity because he sold shish kebabs. He then was at his restaurant that he was the shish kebab Russian next year. And so, but he lived through that. I went to see him at the hospital. His brother, who I knew, called me and said, you got to go see him. So I went to see him in ICU, and he had the pole sticking through him at that time. And he lived through that. Well, he didn't quit drinking. And so I went to see him one day at his restaurant. And I came walking in the door, and he was up here, and he walked to me and said, I know why you came here. I said, why is that? We came to get dinner. No, you came here to tell me to stop this stuff, the booze. I said, well, that's up to you. I think we've already proved yourself. You almost died. And unfortunately, within a month, he died in a swimming pool drunk. And so what we want to do is we want to do the best we can to deliver our friends from evil. Most everybody agree that's evil.